Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, if you woke up with $1 million in crypto today or tomorrow, whatever, would you cash it all out? Would you buy different cryptos with it? Like, what would you do? Let me know in the comments section down below. And let's start off with this article right here. 195.5 million XRP has been transferred by 3 major exchanges. This is all happening while the XRP price keeps trading at around this 60-cent area. Well, let us quickly cover what exactly is going on, as people are always excited about these huge transfers of XRP. As per the data shared by Whale Alert, over the last 16 hours, 3 top-tier crypto exchanges have served or shifted over almost 200 million XRP, an equivalent of $130 million in traditional fiat. 3 digital exchanges were involved. The largest XRP stash was moved by the BITRUE platform to Binance. Now, even though you guys all know, I don't like to talk about the negative things too much, except when they are necessary and where I just need to educate you guys. In this specific sense here, I think I do. So, Bybit is a platform that I use. You guys know it. There's a link down below. Binance is a platform I use, so I know what they both offer. Bybit is a leverage platform. You can't actually, as of this point yet, buy or sell cryptos on there. On Binance, even though it's a leverage platform too, you can also just normally buy and sell coins. And when a transaction like this occurs, it could be for 2, maybe 3 reasons. 1 would be this person just stores their crypto on these exchanges with no real reason for it being the one or the other. He just had a preference for the other one. 2, he wanted to leverage trade not on Bybit anymore, but on Binance. And 3, he wanted to take his profit, loss, coins, whatever, from a platform where he can't sell it but only trade to a platform where he can sell it. And I guess number 4 kind of would be that he's just a little bit afraid of Bybit and wants to go to Binance, or he just thinks Binance is a really good place to safeguard his coins, basically, after being done trading or getting it all. So from this perspective, it's not an exchange inflow and an outflow, but it's a net, flow zero, yet it's not necessarily positive, let's put it like that. And it's 110 million XRP. If that's a big whale selling it, it wouldn't be too nice. Now, in the end of things, does it really matter? No. I mean, a good example is Jed McCaleb's sales of XRP. It would only matter if they sold it all at once, but they never really do that. So don't let yourself get fooled by these transactions. The other 3 crypto transactions. Mosquito. We got him, boys. Yeah, I actually got him. Oh, no way. That is good. All right. So the 3 other crypto transactions were made by the US-based Poloniex exchange, 3 transfers of slightly over 28.5 million XRP. Overall, Poloniex moved $57 million or 85.5 million tokens. As you can see, 3 transfers of about 28 million. It does make you sometimes wonder why exactly these numbers, because, I mean, I'm not sure if this is, a little bit of a joke right here that he came to this number, or, if it's just a coincidence. I mean, things never happen the same way twice, but, no, all right, but, like, why? Why these specific amounts? Why in this specific manner? Why send it 3 times, why not just once? Is it for safety reasons? Is it for anything else? I'm really not sure. But also, Ripple has unleashed another billion XRP tokens from escrow, a tradition that's been going around for a little while. We all know it. However, recently the blockchain decacorn has begun locking almost all of the released sum back into escrow. Usually that's about 800 to 900 million. There isn't really actually any news, so I'm not exactly sure why they added that here. However, I'm not exactly sure why they're talking about 3 exchanges when it's Poloniex and I guess maybe they talk about Binance, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these are, by the way, exchange inflows, which are not positive. Then in the end, it doesn't really matter, as I've expressed before in the different videos. I mean, it doesn't actually matter. Here's a good point by a lawyer, Jeremy Hogan. There was a little question being put up. The problem I see with XRP lawsuit is that the SEC stated that if XRP was not a security, then the price wouldn't be attached to the lawsuit. Since the price is staying low still, it seems to prove the SEC is right. Attorney Jeremy Hogan, what do you think? So this question is actually not phrased correctly because the SEC never claims that. If the SEC were to claim that, they would most likely be stabbing themselves in the foot, because they even admitted themselves that the Ethereum price pumped after a positive verdict or a basically positive speech on Ethereum was given by William Hinman. So the SEC definitely has power to move prices. That's just 100% for sure. So they would never kind of question that. What they would, however, say, wait, let's actually bring another point in. This also doesn't make sense from the perspective that they're not just suing Ripple. They're suing Ripple for selling an investment contract, but also selling every single one of us who's ever handled that cryptocurrency. So they're basically, quote unquote, suing the cryptocurrency. And from that perspective, the price can definitely go down as people might not want to be involved, right? So logically, that's not the question. The question is that the SEC stated if XRP was not a security, then the price wouldn't be attached to the Ripple progression. And that's what Jeremy actually kind of replies to, saying, I think the price of XRP doesn't correlate with anything Ripple does. As once more, that's basically the proposal from the SEC. The SEC says that Ripple has influence over the XRP price and that whatever Ripple does will influence the XRP price, basically. That's some stuff they do will influence the price. I would like to say kind of yes, kind of no. From a certain perspective, the ecosystem that Ripple is building should change the XRP price, but from a different perspective, all that Ripple is building that has nothing to do with XRP, right? Because again, Ripple is partially a for-profit company, partially a foundation of a crypto project. Whatever they're doing that's not XRP related is not going to increase the XRP price logically, right? I mean, it never really has. And what Jeremy Hogan here is saying is I think the price of XRP doesn't correlate with anything Ripple does. Apple's sales decline and Apple stocks drops. We don't see that at all with Ripple XRP. I mean, to be honest with you, here is the same thing, I guess. It just depends though, right? Because even though he has a good point, it depends on whether or not he utilizes XRP specifically. If Ripple, like now with MoneyGram, gets rid of those key partners that utilize XRP, I mean, the XRP ecosystem is less used, and that wouldn't be nice. But that's also the kind of the thin line there. If it's just a Ripple progression, a Ripple partnership, it's not going to do anything. It's just about the XRP part. But is that also something they added to the lawsuit? If so, then it basically means that whatever the Ethereum Foundation does, or any foundation for that matter, should not have any influence on the price whatsoever. That's kind of crazy, right? I mean, even though they're not securities, there's most of the time one or a couple of companies that are building something out. Even though it's a decentralized network, some people put the money in to build something. And if no single party can ever have an influence on the price, then how does that work? That's just really strange. So I would just assume that they're talking about Ripple themselves, right? Stats said, but the crash happened because Ripple was sued and not the other way around, isn't it? Jeremy says, yes, that's true, and also because of exchange delisting. But outside of that 1-2 month period, XRP price correlates with Bitcoin almost perfectly. And that's not how a security behaves, which is true, though. It's definitely true. Then XRP maintains bullish trading structure despite steep fall from highs. XRP is trading above long-term support at 60 cents. It's following a descending support line, and XRP is broken out from the the short-term descending resistance line. All I would like to say is, guys, just check the video back that we covered a little bit earlier. There's actually multiple ways to view exactly what we're witnessing right here, but I would say that XRP is a longer term, a little bit more bearish, like every crypto is. It's not just XRP. And short term, it basically looked like it recovered, right, from the 22nd of June on forward. Basically, it's going up again. Once more, Bitcoin and the XRP to BTC pair are having the exact same relationship, by the way, so it's not just XRP. But you might also point out that it's actually broken out towards the top side a little bit earlier because we were doing quite good, which is nice to see. Then the US SEC Commissioner says Bitcoin ETF approval long overdue. We don't have to get too far into this article. It's something you can easily understand. There hasn't been a Bitcoin ETF that's never been approved, and Hester Peers and most of us wonder, why not? So the SEC Commissioner says the regulator should have approved a Bitcoin ETF in the US a long time ago. She emphasized that it's not the SEC's job to approve or reject applications based on the merits of the underlying investment itself. People should make their own decisions whether to buy Bitcoin, said the commissioner. And there's a good point there. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't put it up. They're saying it's for safety, most likely, but even that, it's hard for me to grasp. Then $15 million liquidated in 15 minutes after Bitcoin price rejection from 35.5K. Yeah, that did happen. It's actually kind of provable. Pretty big liquidation right there, but I guess a couple minutes prior, we all saw a big shorts liquidation, which is most likely due to a burst in the price. So it kind of evened itself out. Not really that important to cover or get into. Then Vietnam becomes the latest country to turn to crypto. The Vietnamese PM claims that the digitalization of money is an inevitable trend. And one thing I would like to point out is that Vietnam is also pretty much on board with the Ripple train, right? If I'm not mistaken, they're quite progressive with all of that too. Now, the Prime Minister is showing a lot of support for it. And specifically, the Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh asked the country's central bank to pilot a blockchain-based currency over the next 2 years, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, how are they going to do that? Who are they going to use? Who are they going to, get into? Vietnam imposed a ban on Bitcoin payments all the way back in 2017, but right now they are being looked into, which is good. Then Charles Hoskinson claims there are thousands of assets on Cardano in response to criticism. Charles Hoskinson's poorly aged tweet has reignited the ghost chain debate. It's a battle back and forth, guys. It's a really interesting battle from that perspective too. So one thing he said was, this time next year, I predict there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects, and lots of unique and use and utility. 2021 is going to be so much fun watching Cardano grow and evolve. The community is definitely ready for innovation, or to innovate. This was July 22nd, 2020. Chris Burns basically asked, did any of this happen? Here's another one. Undervalued Cryptos asked, so Charles Hoskinson predicted this a year back. Update, no assets on ADA. Forget thousands of dApps, not a single dApp on ADA. Only 1 or 2 projects announced working with ADA. Charles, what happened to your predictions? What's the prediction for 1 year from now? And he said, there are thousands of assets on Cardano. I guess you haven't been paying attention. Tons of developers are learning, training, writing, lots of launch apps. Yeah. There is actually indeed quite a lot of assets on Cardano. There's actually 6.9 thousand to be exact. Only 2 of them log more than 10,000 transactions per month though, Space Coins and ADDX. The overwhelming majority of tokens issued on top see no activity at all, so it's pretty inactive, but they are there. So from that perspective, there's a lot of activity, and they've actually just launched a new program for teaching basically to work on ADA as well. So it might come up soon. Who knows? Cardano did do really properly in price, though, so I can't really complain. He did kind of place a right bet, I guess. Then Bitcoin whales buy $2 billion worth of Bitcoin as the price rebounds. Make sure you understand that, guys. Make sure you understand that. The Bitcoin whales are buying, even though you might not see it, even though the narrative that's being pushed right now is bearish, they are buying, all right? They're in the background, but they are buying. Understand that. And that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press that little like button right now and maybe subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today or tomorrow.